What's up guys, in this video we're going to be going over this BRAINROT text visualizer effect. I think it's a really great effect if you're trying to emphasize on what the artist is saying and if you just want to add some distortion, this BRAINROT look to your video. Before we go on with this video, if you like effects just like these, then I need to put you onto our brand new bundle, the Ultimate BRAINROT Bundle. With over 60 presets, the Ultimate BRAINROT Bundle allows you to get those BRAINROT, those distortion edits, basically all of the effects you need to get that BRAINROT aesthetic that you're seeing everywhere right now. This bundle is combined of 3 packs and it is so easy to use. Everything is drag and drop. You just need to create an adjustment layer, you drag it on, and you have a crazy result. If you want more information, the link will be down in the description. I even left you a discount code. Now with that said, let's get right into the tutorial. All right, so this is the effect we're gonna create right here. This looks crazy. This really has that BRAINROT look, and as you can see, what's on the screen kind of matches with what the artist is saying. In this case, it says fashion shit, so I put some designer bags, animated it in this cool choppy way. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So now we're gonna create the main effect, which is the text effect. Let's go. We're gonna do Command T to create a text, and then we're gonna click, and in my case, you can type anything you want, but I'm gonna type fashion here. If you want to know the exact font I'm using, it is the Impact font. I think it's a pretty good font, really nice when you want to like scale it up and make it big. So this is about nice. If you want it to be well centered, you go to align here and you want to click these. That way you know it's well centered. So I'm gonna cut it until there, then I'm gonna go and switch to the other word. We're just gonna type it right here and align it once again. Since we're gonna animate it, it is a good idea to change the anchor point and put it in the center. So we're gonna do Y, grab this little thingy and put this in the middle. We're gonna do the same thing for the other text layer as well. There we go. All right, so now that this is done, we're gonna have this. All right, this looks pretty cool already, but we're gonna sauce this thing up. I'm gonna show you from scratch first how you can achieve those choppy animation, those high energy text animations. And then afterwards, I'm also gonna show you how you can do it in a simple drag and drop with the help of the Ultimate BRAINROT Bundle. Let's get into it. All right, so we're not gatekeeping any sauce. I'm gonna show you the traditional way to creating those choppy text animations. So basically you wanna go and press P in the position properties, and then we're gonna do alt click. So we're gonna use expressions. It's not too complicated, so don't be too scared. We're gonna type posterize time 8. That's gonna allow us to have that choppy style. It's gonna move 8 frames per second. And then we're gonna do arrow, semicolon, and then enter. Now we're gonna do the wiggle effect. So we're gonna type wiggle, parentheses, 24 times per second, and then let's say 40. And now let's see what that looks like. So as you can see now, it's kind of shaking. It looks pretty cool. If you want to paste it onto the other text layer, you can do that. So Command C and then paste it on to the other one. Alt click. There we go. So now let's look at what we have. That's pretty fire. All right, so this is great and all, but if you don't feel like doing this exact same process every single time, I'm gonna show you the presets we have in the Ultimate BRAINROT Bundle that makes this so easy. So let's say we go back and we remove the animations. We're gonna go to effects and presets, and as you can see, we have the BRAINROT effects text animations. So you have over 30 of those. These are insane, guys. So if you want a text animated, all you have to do is, let's say we select Boingomatic. That is one of my favorite ones. You just drag it on there, boom, and then as you can see, it is animated. Let's say I drag it on as well on the other one. Now we're gonna have this in 2 clicks. That is super fire. And then we have the BRAINROT effects essentials as well that are meant to distort your footage. So let's say we want to add a bit of that low quality look to it. We can go to, let's say, like low quality GIF. We can drag that on, and as you can see now, you get this kind of like pixelated text effect, like super fire. If you like this style of aesthetic and want to incorporate it in your workflow, this is literally a no-brainer. I'll leave the link in the description. All right, so I hope I didn't lose you guys. This was pretty simple, actually. It's looking pretty fire, but now this is where the real sauce begins. We're gonna add some animated GIFs, some emojis to emphasize on the words that he's saying. This is like the craziest part by far. Let's get right into it. So as I showed you earlier, we're gonna add these really cool like fashion designer bags, and we're gonna make them move. We're gonna make them slide, and it's gonna kind of like create a border just like this. So let's do just that. So I got this from the internet, this designer bag transparent image. If you want to get any image on the internet and then animate it afterwards, you can just type what you want and then PNG at the end. That way it's transparent. Let's drag this onto the timeline. So a cool effect that you could do, actually, you could put it behind the text, let's say, and then you could animate that, but that's not what we're gonna do today. We're gonna scale it down to something, in my case 30%, since it's a pretty big image. So we're gonna duplicate 5 of these, but before, we're gonna rename this to fashion bag. That way when we duplicate them, we're gonna have 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th one, we're gonna put it at the very end right here, at the very end right here, and then the 4th one, we're gonna put it over there. That's pretty nice. The 3rd one, we're gonna leave it. 2nd one right here, and then the other one to the left. So we want to make sure that it's pretty even. So as you can see, these are a bit too close, so I'm gonna try to play with that. There we go. That's better. That's pretty good. Now that our images are placed, we're gonna group them together and we're gonna start animating them. Let's go. So we're gonna do shift click on all of these. We're gonna do right click and then pre-compose. Let's type this fashion bag G for group, and then we're also going to do adjust composition duration to the time span. That way it's going to be the exact same time span. Let's press OK, and then I'm just going to cut it there. Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to go into our pre-composition, and now we're going to animate them. Once again, if you don't have the ultimate BRAINROT bundle, you just want to animate them from scratch, you can do the technique that I showed you earlier. But now we're trying to save some time. We're trying to get to these projects, so we're gonna get some fire presets to drag on there. So let's go to our presets. So I'm gonna show you my favorite one. I called it favorite jitter for a reason. You just drag it on, slap it on, and then you have this insane animation. It looks so cool, pretty nice, really fits that aesthetic. So I'm gonna paste it onto the other ones as well, just like that. 3, 4, and then 5, just like that. And now everything's gonna be animated. Let's have a look at it. This is crazy. Such a time saver for real. Now I just want to make sure that in the pre-composition, this doesn't go out of the borders, because it might look weird if we duplicate it and try to put it somewhere else. So just gonna select these, click, and then we're gonna bring them down a little, just like that. There we go. And then when we go back into our composition, lift them just like this. Yeah, there we go. Now let's have a look at what we have. Now that this is done, we're gonna do an animation where the fashion bags slide and just kind of keep looping. It's a style that's really popular in that kind of aesthetic, the kind of like BRAINROT aesthetic. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Let's go. So once again, I'm gonna show you how you can do it from scratch, and then the easy way with the bundle as well. You guessed it. So you can do it from scratch by going to effects and presets, selecting offset. You can drag it on to our pre-composition, and then at the first frame, we're gonna keyframe this, shift center 2. We're gonna go to the very end, about right there, and then as you can see, it's gonna loop just like this, which is pretty cool. We can put it to about this much, let's say. Let's have a look at it. So now it looks pretty cool, but it is pretty fast. I think I'm just gonna make it a little less intense, bring it down a little. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Yeah, that's fire. But as you can see, the frames kind of like don't match. We want it to be choppy all the way down, so we could drag posterize time and make it 8 frames per second. So now we would have this pretty cool animation. And if you copy the bundle, then you can just go over to user presets, get the text animations, and then you have all of these slide right loop, slide left loop. So basically how that works, you just drag it on, boom, and then it's already gonna be sliding to the right. That way, if you like these really cool like sliding effects, you already have the presets for that. Slide right, slide left, down, and then up. I can show you, look, like if I drag slide left loop, then it's gonna go to the left. If we go down, it's gonna go down. You get the principle. So we're gonna do slide right loop, and then we're also gonna add choppy footage. That's gonna make the footage choppy, and then boom, just like that, we animated our object. So now we're gonna put another one of these rows, but right over here. So we're gonna duplicate that, Command D, and then we're gonna bring it down just like this, but we're gonna make this one go to the opposite way, the left. So we're gonna delete. So we're gonna delete on the top layer this offset, and we're gonna drag slide left loop, boom, just like that. There we go. So this effect looks pretty nice. Now we're gonna add some more animated GIFs. I'm actually gonna be using the bonus part of the Ultimate BrainRot bundle, which is the animated GIFs. Let me show you what that is. So as you can see, we have over 25 animated GIFs, 27 more precisely. So these are some already animated GIFs. These are super fire. I love this one, Geek Mouse. We can have a look at a few of them. These are so cool. So you can basically just drag and drop them into your projects and have that aesthetic. I love this one as well, black pointing hand. So let's select a few of them. I think we're gonna do geek emoji. That one is a must. Like that dizzy emoji looks crazy. So we're gonna add this one, geek mouse, of course. Let's do blue dash borders. The money signs one as well is fire. And let's do animated tracking box. And yeah, we should be good with those. Yeah, we should be good with those. Let's drag them onto our project. And as you can see, we didn't even place anything and it already adds so much. This is some crazy sauce right there. Yeah, so we're just gonna place them real quick. The blue dash borders are already perfectly placed, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna place the emoji here, let's say. I think I'm gonna make the text a bit less big. Yeah, that's a bit better. There we go. So I'm gonna put the emoji right here. And then the money sign one. In this context, it's even more fire because it's kind of like related to designer bags, the money. So I'm gonna put it to the bottom left. There we go. We're gonna scale it down a little. So that's what I love about that. You can really customize it the way you want and everything is animated. So you can just focus on creating and bring your vision to life, basically. The animated tracking box, we're gonna scale it down. Super cool. I think we're gonna bring it down. So now you just want to make sure that you cut these so that it fits in that part that you want them. So as you can see, this looks crazy, but a little detail that is going to do a lot for us is to make sure that all of the frames work. So we're going to do new adjustment layer. We want the frame rate to match. So we're just going to put an adjustment layer over this part and we're going to drag on our choppy footage 8 frames per second. That looks insane. That looks super cool. And now we can go to our BrainRot effects essentials and really add a more sharpened effect. Let's say we add swipe 2012 filter. That is so tough. I love this one so much. It really adds like that BrainRot look. It's crazy. So now we're almost done with our final look. I'm really happy with how this came out. It's crazy. We're just gonna add a simple transition, a simple flash transition, which is gonna go in the effect and then out of the effect. It's gonna make the whole thing smoother. Let's go. So we're gonna do Command Y to create a new solid. We're gonna call it, let's say like flash. And then you basically just want to make it 1 frame long. It's gonna add as a cool flash effect. As you can see, we're not onto the effect just yet there. So you basically want to go, okay, so this is the first frame. So we're gonna do 1 little flash bang here and then 1 there as well. Super nice. Now we're gonna do the same thing for the end as well. Now let's look at our final result. So that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and if it brought you any value, please consider subscribing and please let me know in the comments what type of tutorials you would like me to cover next on this channel. Also, if you still feel like learning, you can watch this video right there. It'll help you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.